Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Was just gonna get some things rolled out here like so. Can you see? Can you see all these things now? There's that. There it is. Boom. Bickety bam. We should probably tweet her out to the Tweeterverse if it didn't already go out. Right? That seems like a thing. Let me bring the keyboard back in here. Okay. Let's tweet out, right? There we go. So, I did go to the pre-release today. I didn't go last night. My LGS apparently had a huge turnout last night from my area. Also, hello Alphonse, how are you doing? And hey Bob. Apparently my LGS had 40 people out last night, which is crazy. It's a large number considering. Today when I went, well, to put it in perspective, today when I went, we had 14. We had 14 people for the Saturday midday pre-release. We had 40 at midnight. So, did I pull anything crazy? Not particularly. In fact, I did pull a mythic, which was nice. It wasn't one of the crazy mythics. It was cool. It did a lot of work for me in limited, let me tell you. I went 2-1, so I walked away with some prize packs, but the store wasn't giving out the prize packs yet, because they want to make sure that the people who get, like, essentially, like, the entry packs get those first, because they have to hand out, like, with the number of people that participated on Friday night, they had to hand out, like, essentially, almost like 25 to 30 boosters just to the people who only get one pack for participating. And then they were like, okay, so we have to, like, basically do something else for the people who get prize packs. So they basically just keeping track, and then once they get the product, their allotted product that they've ordered, they're going to give out prize packs that way. And one of the other reasons being, which is kind of weird, is Wizards did something different this year, and Wizards did this, is official Wizards, is that you can get boxes of the product this weekend, which is crazy to me, that you can get the boxes now instead of waiting for release. It seems kind of weird. I don't know why they did it that way, but they did. Hey Oak Tree, how's it going? So I got a new patron, which is what this is all about, but also those of you out there who need to get a hold of Mr. MTG Unscrewed, or if you know who Unscrewed is, or you have a way of getting a hold of him, tell him that he needs to be here, because I'm going to answer his call. He challenged me to a box of Eternal Masters, and we'll crack that bad boy open later in the stream, and see if we can beat him. Exactly, Bob. That's what it sort of seems like. It's sort of like if you can get the product now this weekend instead of waiting till next weekend, then is this really a pre-release weekend? It seems like it's not really, but I mean, like, it's a pre-release to. It's not really pre-release. It's pre-standard, because you can get the product this weekend, but it's not legal and standard until next weekend. So, shrug. I shrug. Hey, Jay Shing, how's it going, man? So, we got a new patron. His name is Cole. He is a fellow Canadian, so I appreciate his support. Let me just go take a quick peek here, because now I have at least 2 people named Cole. This is Cole F. F as in friggin' awesome. So, that man right there is getting a grab bag. However, he also ordered 3 more grab bags through my Patron page. He also contacted me about possibly doing a box of Dominaria as well as a pre-release kit for him. Like opening it up on the channel and basically sending it off to him. And I believe the reason being, and this is what I don't know if he wants this public or not, but it's because he was unable to attend his own pre-release due to being in the army. So hopefully he does not mind me mentioning that. Let's get that silly Nerdvana logo off the screen there, right? You guys want to see the real stuff. The real stuff. I have some cool stuff coming along. I'm going to have new business cards printed with just my YouTube information. With my little Mr. B face that you guys can see as my icon on YouTube. Instead of the Nerdvana business cards that have the Nerdvana logo and then like the store information and that kind of stuff. You got a foil Mox Amber from your 2 pre-release pre-orders. That's sweet, man. And your opponent got a foil promo card? Nice. Nice. That's awesome, Matthew. Trying to sell more boxes. That's absolutely right, Oak Tree. You didn't know Canada had a military? Well, we do, okay? We do, alright? So, Cole, without further ado, you're getting 4 grab bags, because that's what you signed up for 1 on Patreon, and you ordered 3 from the store, so you get 4 in total. You thought your regular Mox was good, right? And he wasted you? Alright, first rare is a Providence. Second rare is a Rally the Ancestors. Your first bulk is a Cursed Witch, Sylvan Might, Pyromancer's Assault, Bouncing Beebles, Memory Lapse, Bolt of Keranos, a Demir Guild Mage, and your common or uncommon worth $1 or more is an Aether Hub, which is no longer $1. So we're going to throw that away. And you can have a crop rotation instead. The Aether Hubs, I know that they've just come down in price quite a bit. So that's number 1. Number 1. You served with the Canadian Army. Nice. Join Ops. That's good, Matthew. I'm glad you had a good experience with them. As for everyone I know from the Canadian Army is also a swell person. So I have nothing but good things to say. First, Aether Squall, Ancient. Call of the Skybreaker. Oh, dear. Natural Unity, which is a conspiracy card, so you'll get an additional pull here. Harvester Troll. Give No Ground. This one, which is a Gatstaff Arsonist. Erase. Ritual of Steel. And another Harvester Troll somehow. Somehow you got a Harvester Troll from both sides. And your foil is a foil Stonework Puma. And your common or uncommon for number 2 is an Animate Dead from Eternal Masters. There it is. Maybe you need to move to Canada. Hey, pack openers. How's it going, man? He's back. Pack openers, man. We miss you, man. Tyrant of Valakut. You made sure to blame them for many things. Clan Defiance. Nice. Noish. Press into Service. Blinding Drone. Echoing Truth, which is a very nice card. Sky Shroud Falcon. Mana War. And a Cephalid Snitch. It's not very close to a Golden Snitch, let me tell you. And your foil is an Ethereal Ambush. And your common or uncommon worth $1 or more? This one. A Wall of Omens. This is a pretty nice one. That's 3. 1 more to go, Cole. Here we go. Hallowed Moonlight. Dark Intimations. Fiend Binder. Prowling Pangolin, Armorer Guildmage, Lava Axe from Urza's, Tranquil Cove, which you shouldn't get, Shaper Guildmage, and a Pacifism. The reason you get an extra pull from there is because of the land. So let's see. Let's try this one. Ooh, a Wayfarer's Bauble Foil. Very nice. And your common or uncommon worth $1 or more? A Rancor from Eternal Masters. So there you go. Thank you so much, Cole, for your patronage. I really appreciate it. I will get in contact with you about the Dominaria box and what have you. If you want me to try and get it for you this weekend, I can do so, since apparently the stores can sell them to me. So please let me know, and I will talk to you on... I'll send you a message on Patreon just in case you can't watch the video or don't get a chance to see the video before tomorrow. I'll send you a note so that you can at least hopefully respond to me today so that I'll know whether I can go tomorrow to get it for you. So there you go, everybody. That was Cole F's friggin' grab bags. There they are. Done and done. Let me just put this bad boy away. There it is. Boom. And let's go ahead and get this like this. Alright, so let's see. What have you got here? Okay, I gotta catch up here. You got one Planeswalker from 2 boxes, and it was Jaya. You got your Sepsis? Sepsis? What's... I apologize for my ignorance, pack openers, but I don't know what you mean. It doesn't sound good, whatever it is. One grab bag. No. No. Ah. Dang it. Sepsis sounds like an STD. Well, it doesn't sound great. That's true, Matthew. Okay, then Writing My Life, you got Teferi in your first pre-release kit. Nice, nice. Who of you are going back tomorrow to play again? Or to get another kit? I know I'm going back tomorrow. Whether I play or not will be a different question. I will definitely be getting a kit because I've already pre-ordered it, but I don't know if I'll be playing. I'd like to play, but you know, sometimes adulting gets in the way. Sometimes adulting gets in the way. Alright. Cole, my man, let's pack these all up for you. You guys get to see the packing process. Look at this, all of you out there that aren't patrons. Now you get to see how all of this gets delivered. So I flip these like this. I flip the reds in there like that. I put the blue and the green on the outside, and then now you have an even amount of cards facing in. And then I put them in these sleeves like so, into these little baggies. And then I close them up. And then there you have it, see? Boom. No, I don't know which one's which. But when I'm doing all of the patrons at once, I put the land card in with their name on it, just on the front, before I put them into the envelopes to go out. So there you go. Behind the scenes, Mr. B. You're welcome, everyone. So let's bring this in real close like so. And get in here like this. And it's time to get intimate. So let's zoom in a bit. Boom. It's time for this bad boy. Alright, so you had a weird box. You only had 4 foils but 5 mythics. That is a weird box, Oak Tree. Absolutely weird. Hey, Kevin, how's it going, man? You had 11 mythics in 2 boxes, maybe 12 foils. Foils seem to be harder to find this set. Sorry, 13 foils in 2 booster boxes. It's a blood infection that causes blood clots. That is not good, pack openers. I hope you get better, man. Is this something that can be treated, or is it like you're just like stuck with it for life and you have to just keep an eye on it? You'll go play again. Your first pre-release kit was bad. You got the Vest guy in foil. Only decent one. Alright, well. Alright, Unscrewed, are you here? Where's Unscrewed? Where's my phone? Hold on a second, everybody. Okay, I'm back. Had to go get my phone because I'm just going to shoot an email over here to Unscrewed and tell him that I'm opening up the call and response to him. So let's just see here. Yeah, come on. Oh, this is the wrong email address. That's why I can't find it. All right, so for those of you not following, MTG Unscrewed opened a box of EMA a couple days ago on his channel, and he called me out, and he was like, "Yo, I'm challenging you, Steve. I'm challenging you, MrBevers, to a box of EMA." Now, if you noticed his EMA box, if any of you watched it, holy moly, he got it wrecked. That's good, pack opener. So it's not you, it's your mom, but still, holy moly, man. You know? That's crazy. I'm glad to hear that you guys caught it in time and that she can get treatment. That's scary stuff, man. Scary stuff. It's gonna be hard to top Unscrewed's box. And I even told him this, right? Like, he challenged me to it before doing his video. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, like, if you're, like, I think he mentioned it in another video. And then he did the video, and I watched it, and I went, I'm just going to concede. I'm not even going to bother trying. Mainly because I can't get these boxes anywhere in Canada for less than, like, $280 now, which is insane. I ordered this box, only cost me $200. Because I bought it so long ago, before Jace was unbanned. So I'm going to open this one. And hopefully we can get there. That's weird, Corbin. That's really strange. That sucks. That sucks if that's the case. But hey, Rick. Hey, Corbin. Welcome. So, if those of you just tuning in, this is my call and response to Mr. Unscrewed. He challenged me to open a box of Eternal Masters. He said, top that, and then he proceeded to open, like, I think he opened a Jace and a foil Mox. Am I correct? I think that's what I remember seeing him open. So, like, he hit a foil Mythic that's worth a whole bunch of money. He hit a Jace, which is worth a bunch of money. So, you know, it's going to be a tough go for us. It's going to be a tough go for us. And, hopefully, we don't get just the complete shot. Let's see, like, so his box was like $350 American, I think, that he figured his price. And he put a price at the end of the video. So, you know, he estimated it all out and put it up on the screen. Hey, Aaron, how's it going? Unscrewed uses green screen. Listen, Rick, that's why I'm doing this live. Why do you think he didn't do it live? He didn't do it. He challenged me and didn't do it live. How do we know? How do we know that it wasn't all fake? Hashtag fake video. Hashtag green screen. Calling it out right now, Unscrewed. How dare you? He saved you the promo card for the buy a box promo. He's just giving it to me for free. Oh, that's not bad. I mean, at least you get something, I guess. Merfolk Looter. Animate Undead. Not a bad little uncommon. Worth a couple bucks. Hondon of Cleansing Fire. And our first rare is garbage. Rorix Bladewing. And a White Mane Lion. Foily man. Well, so far we're off to a appropriate start for Eternal Masters. Fact or fiction, intangible virtue, ticking gnomes, and a control magic with a foil flint hoof boar. So far, not going great. So far, not going great. That being said, still plenty of time to turn it around. Plenty of time to turn it around. Annihilate? No. Prismatic Lens? No. Ancestral Mask? No. Winter Orb? Couple bucks. Couple bucks. Okay. Okay. Listen, every dollar is going to count in this competition. Every dollar is going to count in this competition. At least every one of my dollars is going to count. That's for sure. Mindless Automaton. Honden of Life's Web. Zealous, Persecution, and a Xantid Swarm. With a foil werebear. Boom! I need to send that to Salmon, even though he's not really doing a lot of magic these days. Oh, Counterspell. Counterspell. Rancor, worth a couple bucks. Price of Progress, not so much. Sengir Autocrat. And a Jareth. With a foil, Lissalana. Holy moly. Alright, so far, not the best. So far, not the best. Ah! Open pack. Open. Brah. Alright. Wirewood Symbiote. Gitu Slinger. Thunderclap Wyvern. And a Sensei's Divining Top. Alright. 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 Foil Tidal Wave. Okay, Sensei's Divining Top worth, what? About 10 bucks? 10 bucks or so? Alright, we're on the board. We're on the board with about $15. We only have 295 to make up. We got this. Right? We don't, no, it's even more than that. It's because 350 was his, right? So we got to make up 335 to catch him. Bloodbraid Elf, $4 uncommon. Boom. Got there. Hymn to Turok. Sinkhole. Sinkhole's a good one. It's like a, what, a $10 card? Something like that? What am I putting my foils up there for? Crazy. Crazy Mr. B. What are you doing? Milliken. I'm too flabbergasted by how bad this box has been so far. Okay. Armadillo Cloak. Torrent of Souls. Daze. Is Daze still worth something? You guys in chat, tell me. What do you think? Daze still worth a buck or so? Oh. Pyrokinesis. With a foil, Warden of Evo's Isle. We haven't even hit a mythic yet. We're a third of the way through the box. What do we want? Wasteland? We need Wasteland, right? Honden of Life's Web. Sylvan Library would be alright. Armadillo Cloak. Quiet Speculation. Glare of Subdual. Holy bejeebus. Alright. This is Canada versus America. Well, listen, we all know that America does everything bigger and better. That's true. Even though Canada is bigger than the US, technically. Wonder. Pyroblast. And a Goblin Charbelcher. Oh no! Our foil rare is a Goblin Trenches. Well, everyone. I should just stop while I'm behind. Right? I should just stop while I'm behind. That's the saying, right? Stop while you're behind. Get to, Slinger. Shaman of the Pack. Victimize. Ooh, a Mana Crypt. Alright, 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 alright. Okay. Yeah, we definitely will take that. We'll take a Mana Crypt. Oh man, we needed the foil rare in this box. We needed a foil rare in this box to be something worth something. And that Goblin Trenches is worth nothing. Field of Souls. Harmonize. Honden of Night's Reach. And a Braids. Monk Idealist. Man, foil Goblin Trenches. Well, GG Unscrewed. G friggin' G. Sarah Angel, Wirewood Symbiote, Emessi's Tome, and a Duplicant. Oh, look! A second foil rare! It's Icarid. Just in case you thought there was any hope, that Mana Crypt was all like, yeah, what yeah, maybe you'll get there. And then the second foil rare is like, hey, you know how you can sometimes get a second foil rare in a box? Yeah, I do know how that can happen. Well, I hate to admit this to you, but you got a second foil rare. Surprise. It's Icarid. Kid, dang it. Tooth and Claw, Glimmerpoint Stag, Mesa Enchantress, Heritage Druid with a foil Tranquil Cove. Thanks, Oak Tree. Have a great day at work. I hope I hope your day goes by quickly and easily and all goes well for you. Brawn. Wall of Omens, worth a couple bucks. Prodigal Sorcerer and a Future Sight. Good old Future Sight. Well, all the hope is drained. Everything is drained out of me. Glimmerpoint Stag, Harmonize, Honden of Night's Reach, and guess what? A red rare? Not gonna be worth anything. Tooth and Claw Foil. Didn't we open a Tooth and Claw Foil already? Am I just crazy? I guess I'm just crazy. Well, I mean, like, I knew I was crazy, but, like, this makes me extra crazy, I guess? Is that how this works? I think that's how this works. Timberwatch Elf, Beetleback Chief, Hydroblast, and Viscera. Holy moly, Batman. If only I had the future sight of not opening this box. That is true, Matthew. I should have just sold this box. They're up to $280 in Canada now. I could have made $80. I could have made hell, I would have sold it for $250 and made $50. Trigon Predator, Phyrexian Ingester, and we hit the Mox. That's close. It's close, right? Unscrewed is just foil. So I mean, like, we're almost there. Right? He got a foil Mox. He got a foil Mox. I got a regular Mox. It's close, right? I mean, it's close. I think that I mean, the Mox is a good mythic. Don't get me wrong. But it's not like a $300 mythic. Brago. So right now, things are looking rough. Things are looking rough. Holy moly. Merfolk Looter. Chain Lightning. Yeah, that's a good one. War Priest and Mystical Tutor. All right, that's a rare worth something. That's a rare worth something. We could still do some things. We pulled a Mana Crypt. Take that. Take that, Unscrewed. You know that crypt that you wanted? Yeah, I pulled it. Get wrecked. Sarah Angel. Flinthoof Boar. Brainstorm. And an Icarid. With a foil Squadron Hawk. Man, amazing. Amazing. We'll be a Frisbee right now. Alright. Milliken. Soul Catcher. Ashnod's Altar. And Goblin Trenches. Foil Timberwatch Elf. Oh, man. Need that crypt? Well, listen, I'll trade you this box for your box. And you'll get the crypt then. You'll get the crypt then. How about that? Young Pyromancer. Milliken. Worn Power Stone. And Giant Soulfuge. Foil Pacifism, though. How about that? How about Foil Pacifism? This pack has to have Foil Force of Will. If there's a Foil Force of Will or a Foil Jace or a Foil Mana Crypt in this pack, we crush it. We crush it. No, listen, stop. I don't want to hear it. I know. We've already opened 2 foil rares. Doesn't mean it can't happen again. Doesn't mean we can't open a foil mythic. You'll trade everything except your Chrome Mox foil and your Jace. No. Well, actually, no. Faith's Fetters, Blood Artist, you, sir. You, sir. You, sir, are not what the doctor ordered. Oh, maybe the foil, though. It's red. What's a foil red that we could win this box with? I think the highest priced foil red card is Gamble. I think it's Gamble. It's not Gamble. It's a Wildfire Emissary. Well, and this is why I no longer do box battles, ladies and gentlemen. Because I always lose. I always lose. But you know who wins in this? All of you. And you know why? Because I took this terrible box out of circulation. You're all welcome. You're all welcome. Foil Icarid and foil Goblin Trenches. 2 foil rares in this box. There you go. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Oh no. Listen, I might be the loser here, and I'll admit to that. But you guys are all the winners, and I appreciate you being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. What else can we do? What else can we open? Yeah, I got a Chrome Mox, and I got a Mana Crypt. So I mean, hey, those are things. Those are things. These two right here. Burp, burp. Womp, womp. Someone tell Unscrewed that the box is just terrible in chat. Because he's watching TV with the wife and he can't really. He probably doesn't have the volume up very high. Also, hello, Unscrewed, and also hello, Magic Fingers, if you can hear me. Let's open some fire. I don't think I have any fire to open. You know what I can do? I don't have anything to open per se. Listen. Just so we're clear, Unscrewed. Just so we're clear, Unscrewed. When someone told you in your comment section, I believe, or maybe it was my comment section, I can't remember who. Someone told you to do winner takes all. And you are the one that said no. You're the one that said no. You just lost out on a Mana Crypt and another Chrome Mox. What now? That's right. These could have been yours. Or those could have been yours for free. They could have been yours for free. Yeah, and I'm having fun right now taunting you with the fact that you turned down a bet you could have won, because you should have known that MrBevers was the one that you were competing against, and that he always opens jank when it comes to competition. Jank gets opened. That's what my catch line should be at the end of my videos. May your jank always be jankier. Right? That seems fair. Or maybe my catch line should be, may my jank always beat your jank. Because that means that I'm still wanting you to pull good cards, because I know I'm going to pull bad ones. See? That's not bad. It's not a bad way of doing things. Hey, Bevers, I'm sorry. As I understand it, your butt hurts from this box. This is accurate. Listen, have you've seen the Masters boxes, okay? They're kind of this weird triangle shape. They're not really the proper shape for a butt, if you know what I mean. You still say hit or mythics? It's a thing. All right. What can we do here? Toss. So. Watsy's trolling me because of my playmat? What, the goblin? This goblin has brought me plenty of luck. Okay? Plenty of luck. So, this was my promo from my pre-release today. And by that I mean this was my legendary promo. Because you get 2 promos now in these pre-release kits. This was a... Why is that so dark? Can't even see the date. There it is. So this is a an interesting card. When I opened it, I was like, it's interesting. And then I read the bottom line, and it's like, other creatures you control have haste. And I was like, ooh, that could be pretty mean. That could be pretty mean. No, I haven't, Rick. I have not finished. Also, hello, Anthony Erickson. How are you doing? So then I opened up a First Eruption as a rare. And you can see here I've sort of... And I opened up a Goblin Chain Whirler as a rare. And that was my red. And so let me show you sort of... Basically, I was looking at red-black. And the problem I ran into was this was my 1-drop. These were my 2-drops. Okay. Alright. These were my 3-drops. These were my 4-drops. These were my 5-drops. Let's open this bad boy up. Richard, I think it should be myth or mythics. Myth or mythics. Unscrewed? You can't just drop bombs like that. You know, Matthew, there's lots of options these days. I know that there's plenty of people out there that do use, GoPros. So Unscrewed's using a 4K UHD, all inclusive. I'm using a HD camcorder that's hooked to my computer through a capture card. AKA I use an S8. Yeah, so he uses his phone. I use a camcorder. You can also use your phone. I used my phone today to film the unboxing of this. So there will be a video where I talk about the unboxing of this. So what did I do? I ended up playing black-white. But I toyed with the idea of playing black-red, and I'll show you why in a second here. I ended up going black-white. So I really wanted to go black-green Saprolinks because I ended up with some sweet black cards for basically like eating things. So I have the Cabal Paladin. He's kind of meh, but he's a 4-drop. I had Soul Salvage, which was an interesting card. I had a Winged Grace as a 5-drop. I had this thing. This thing's sweet. Right of Belzenlock, right? It makes 4 0/1 clerics, and then it makes a 6/6 that eats a guy every turn. But he's a 5/5. He's a 6/6 flying trample demon, which for pretty good on turn 4. But then I also had Demon Lord Belzenlock. So I was like, well, I can't not play the promo and then not play him kind of thing. So he's a 6/6 flying trample demon that draws you cards off your deck. And if they cost 4 or more, he draws you more cards. So that's pretty good. So he was a 6-drop. Then I had a Vicious Offering, which is just a 2-mana removal spell. I had 2 Eviscerates. I had Torgar and Torgar. These are... I opened these back to back out of my packs. 7/6 for 8, but you can sack a creature and make it cost 2 less. But when it comes into play, it, you know, makes their life half of their starting total. So I had 2 of those in my deck. Then I had a Skittering Servitor and an Esther Glider just to fill out the curve with the black-white. Final Parting. I found this card to be very good. This card was just very good. And mainly because putting a card in my hand, any card, let me play around any situation. So if I needed a removal, I'd go get a removal. If I needed the demon, I'd go get the demon. If I needed Soul Salvage to bring things back from my graveyard, I would, right? And then I would just dump a creature into my graveyard. Any creature, didn't matter which, I would dump a creature. And it ended up working out for me every time I played it. Every time I played this card, it was worth for me. Then I had this, the Eldest Reborn, which is an interesting one. It's a 5 mana that makes the opponent sack a creature, then discard a card. Then you get to put a creature or planeswalker from any graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, which is pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Man. Yeah, it's rough, Unscrewed. I agree with you. Some of the cards are very cool. And then Aspiring Construct. So, when I laid this out as my black-red, I went, okay, it's not bad. It's not bad. The problem I had is that I ended up with my black being top end and my red all being front end. And so I was like, wait a minute. I have 5 2-drops in red. And they're not even really that great. This guy is a 1/1 for 2 that sacks an artifact and does 2 damage. Well, I only have 2 artifacts, and in my pool I didn't have a lot of good artifacts to sack. This guy is a 1/3 with a kicker, right? Well, that's great and everything, but the only thing I'm really going to get back is probably an Eviscerate, maybe, right? That's probably it. And then these guys are 2/2s for 2, but they get bigger for a turn if you kick cards. Well, I have that kicker, and that's it. I think that was it. This guy, so Goblin Barrage had a kicker, and I think that was it, actually. None of my black cards have kicker. Yeah, so I was like, this doesn't seem great. Now, that being said, playing the Garna with like some of these big demons, pretty sweet, because they get haste. Sweet. But the reason I went white is because when I looked at my white, I was like, okay, so this guy has Double Strike, which is pretty sweet. He's a 2/2 with Double Strike for 4. Not great, but not terrible. But he gives all your other creatures with First Strike Double Strike. That seems pretty good. Then I noticed I had Call the Cavalry, which makes 2 2/2 white knights for 4. Okay, 4 power for 4 seems pretty good. Sarah Disciple, this card was just filler. I put it in because it was a white card that was a creature, and it was a 2-drop. Dub. This card is sweet. So it gives your creature +2/+2 first strike, and it makes it a knight in addition. So this guy makes dubs double strike. Sweet. Sweet. Then I ended up with 2 of these, Mesa Unicorns, which are 2/2 lifelinkers for 2, which are literally just better than every other 2-drop I had in red. This 2-drop, better than all those 2-drops. Now, questionable against the Orcish Vandal because the Orcish Vandal can kill this by sacking an artifact. That being said, I didn't have enough artifacts, so fine. On Sarah's Wings, this card is bonkers. 4 mana, enchanted creature. Enchanted creature is legendary, gets +1/+1, has flying, vigilance, and lifelink. Holy moly, man. I didn't win, but I came close. I think I came in 2nd place, maybe 3rd or 4th. It was definitely top 4. And the reason I know that is because I walked away with 9 packs from a 3-round tournament with only 14 people. So I know I came in top 8 at least, Most likely top 4. The reason I say that is because I won 2 of my 3 rounds, and the third round that I lost, I actually beat the guy 1 game out of 3. So my breakers would have been good. And he actually won. Like, he won all his rounds. So the fact that I beat him a game and won my other 2 would put me in the you know, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th bracket, depending on how many people had 2 and 1. I didn't win, but I definitely came in the top 8, which is good. I enjoyed it. These guys, man. So one game I played, one of these, turn 2 this, with turn 3 dub. If they don't have an answer to this, you win. It's a 4/4 first strike lifelink. It's just take 4, I gain 4, 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 take 4, I gain 4. Like, just holy moly. My 2 promos were these 2. Kevin. The Garna was the promo legendary, and my other promo was the Rite of Belzenlock. My God. So I got a Saga promo, which is pretty cool, because the date's stamped way down here at the bottom, as opposed to in the middle of the card, because it's on the art, right? I wonder how many cards in this got printed with the date at the bottom because it went through the wrong... Because the sagas... Because technically the sagas... I don't know if the sagas were on a separate sheet, but I'm guessing they would be because of the way they're printed. Most likely, right? But I wonder how many got stamped with the date in the wrong place because of this. Because that's a common thing. Like, having stamps misplaced was already something that could happen with everything having it in the same spot, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is like, so having the date stamped at the wrong spot, so if this date ends up in the middle of the saga art, or if this date ends up at the bottom because it was supposed to be printed on a saga, but it ends up on this card, and it's like over top of like the text and the power and toughness. I guess it wouldn't be down that low, but like, it'd be like right in the middle of the text box, right? Because it's right here, so it'd be like right in the middle of the text box. It would be interesting to see, and I'm sure that those will crop up online. But yeah, so I ended up going white black just because the white cards were way more powerful than the red cards. That being said, this card seems fun. What I'll tell you is that the only deck I played against that this ability mattered, the first ability, which is the first eruption deals 1 damage to each creature without flying. I played one guy who was playing Saprolings that didn't have a pump ability for his Saprolings. Like, didn't have a global, like, all my Saprolings get +1/+1. So, this card, like, there are not, at least from what I've seen, there are not a lot of X1s in this format. Like, hardly any. Except for the tokens. So, like, the 0/1 tokens that this Rite of Belzenlock makes, and the 1/1 Sparring Construct, and the Saproling tokens that are 1/1s, like, everything else is, like, 2/2s or X2s, like, or bigger. And so, I don't know. It just, it seems like something like this isn't going to be super useful. Now, sacrificing the mountain in the third step to deal 3 damage to each creature, that's fine, because a lot of things are only 2 power. In fact, there's a lot of stuff in the format that pumps your guys' power, but doesn't pump their toughness. So doing 3 damage to everything is pretty sweet. Alright, Unscrewed, enjoy your TV with the wife. I appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for the competition. I'll get you next time, except that there won't be a next time, probably. So congratulations on claiming the champion title and then running away. And then running away. And then this guy, Goblin Chain Whirler, is the same idea. He has first strike. He's a 3/3 for 3, which is sweet. But when he enters the battlefield, he does 1 damage to each opponent and each creature that in Planeswalker they control. But 1 damage is not enough to do much in this format. So, and let me tell you, playing this into a into an Enrage Dino deck. Like, if your opponent's playing Enrage, this card is just shut off, because it's like, I don't want to trigger any of those things. I want to trigger any of those things. So, I got 2 Tolarian Scholars. Joyous Day. Befuddle. I got Tragic Poet. I didn't play this card. Now, that being said, I did have 2 Enchantment Sagas, which would have been pretty good to return. I also had, of course, 2 dubs. Right? I had a dub and a foil dub in here somewhere. I had On Sarah's Wings and foil dub. So I had enough enchantments that playing the Tragic Poet to get one back would maybe have been worth it, but I didn't bother. I was like, I'm not gonna worry about it. Now, Triumph of Gerard. This is not necessarily a bad card. I didn't play it only because it just didn't fit into the deck the way I wanted it to. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control with the greatest power. For me, that's not really something I want to do. Target creature you control with the greatest power gains flying, first strike, lifelink until end of turn. Not something I'm looking for, to be honest. Excavation Elevant. A 3/5 for 5 with a kicker of 2. When it enters battlefield, if it was kicked, return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. I didn't have any artifacts that I was sacking or that went to the graveyard at all, so I was like, eh. I had a second final pairing, or final parting. I just didn't bother. I opened 1 rat colony, so I was like, oh, I opened this in the first pack, and I was like, oh man, I gotta have a whole bunch of rats. That would be fun. And then I was like, wait a minute. I got to the end, and I was like, I only have 1 rat. Pew, toss. See you later, rat. Guardians of Koilos. Or Koilos. Enters battlefield, you may return another target historic permanent. I didn't have enough, like, I didn't have things that I really cared about bouncing. I could have bounced like something like the right, I guess. So that it comes back in, it comes back as a 1, then it goes to 2, so I get 8 guys instead of only 4. Could have done something like that, but it's like too cute. Like, playing this as a 5-drop as a 4/4, just to bounce like something like that is not really worth it. Juggernaut, of course, is not a bad card, only because it's a 5/3 for 4 that attacks each combat, so it just rumbles in. The Voltaic Servants are cool, but I didn't have artifacts that I really cared about tapping or untapping. Song of Frailes. My green was like kind of subpar. I had a Llanowar Elf. And then 2 Llanowar Envoys, I think. Yeah. And the Llanowar Envoys are like okay, but like you can see this is my green. Like this is my green. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 green cards in my entire pool, and 2 of them were this. Which is not necessarily a bad thing. A 4/4 for 4 is still pretty good, and then if you pay 8, it comes in with 3/1/1, so it's 7/7. But it's not trample, and it's not flying, and it's not lifelink, and it's not vigilance. So it's just a 4/4 for 4. And kicking it to make it a 7 for 8 is not better when it can just be jump blocked or murdered. A 5/5 Death Toucher. I didn't play this because, let's be honest, do you need a 5/5 Death Touch on the table at any point in a game? My gut feeling is no. And the reason I say this is because a 5/5 should already be big enough to deal with most things on the table. And if it's not, you have serious other problems that a 5/5 with Death Touch for 6 is probably not going to help you. I had a second Windgrace Acolyte. This card, I didn't play it enough to know if it's worth it or not. Now, in my deck, if I had had another way to bring things back from the graveyard, like another Soul Salvage or something, I probably would have played the second one of these, because it lets you put the top 3 cards. It puts the top 3 cards into your graveyard, and then you gain 3 life for a 3/2 flyer. It's not bad. These walls, they seem okay, but they're too expensive. An 06 for 4 is not something I want to pay for. If it was a 3 mana 06, I might put it in if I'm in the right deck. But 4 mana for an 06 is just not where you want to be. There's so many things that your opponent can do on turn 4 or turn 5, depending on if you're on the play or the draw, to an 06 for 4. right? There's so many better things that you could be doing for 4 mana than playing an 06, in my opinion. Then my blue cards were kind of like, okay. They weren't crazy. They weren't great. Arcane Flight seems like a really good card. 1 mana, +1/+1 and flying seems very good. This seems very good in any blue-white Flyers deck. Or any blue Flyers deck. Counter target non-creature spell, untap up to 3 lands. Homrid, Explorer. Rescue. Coldwater Snapper. Artificer's Assistant. This guy seems alright. Lets you scry when you cast things. 2 Divinations. Academy Journey Mage. Oh, here's another rare. I got a Precognition Field, which lets you look at the top card of your library. You may cast the top card of your library if it's instant or sorcery. Exile the top card of your library. Like, I didn't have enough to bother with this. So, anyway. That was my pre-release deck. It went pretty well. How did you guys do with the pre-release? Did you guys have fun? Did you guys go? What did you play? If you played. Did my chat die, or is everybody quiet? Is everything all right? Is everything alive and well? Are people still there? Hello, everyone. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Unscrewed left and everybody abandoned. I know that's not the case. I know that's not the case. I know, Bob. Everyone's just listening. And listening in intently to the chatter of Mr. B talking about his cards. You had to work instead? Man, that sucks, man. Like, I see, so I had the opposite happen to me, Kevin. I was supposed to work this weekend, and so I was bummed out, and then the work stuff that I was supposed to do got canceled, so I was able to go. So, like, I had the opposite effect of you. Are you going to get a chance to go tomorrow, or do you have to do more work stuff? Aaron's here. Hello, Aaron. How are you doing, man? So yeah, that was my pre-release. I should probably unsleeve it all and get it ready for tomorrow, so that if I go tomorrow, I can actually still have everything ready. I don't know if I'm going to play tomorrow. I pre-registered for the tournament. And an interesting thing. And I don't know if Wizards knows about this, or if this has been brought up as a concern. You're hoping a friend can pick you up a pre-release kit. Hopefully that's the case, man. I know my store, I mentioned it earlier, my store actually, like, ran out. The Planeswalker decks will be your first Dominaria purchase. Yeah. Yeah, I actually didn't pick them up. I meant to pick them up, but I haven't picked them up yet. Aaron's could be. That's good, Aaron. That's good. You'll trade for that pre... I thought you left. What are you doing here? Lurking away. It's not for trade, unfortunately. And the reason being is that my store, my LGS, may not be able to get me one tomorrow. So, that might be the only one I have to open up on my channel. Which, to be honest with you, you know, it's one of those things. It's like, it's unfortunate that I can't get more to open up. But let's be honest here. Wanting to get more is the selfish way of doing things. Okay? It's the selfish way of doing things, because that means that I don't want people to go play. And that's not the case. I would rather people go and play. And I even told my LGS when the guy told me, he was like, yo, are you coming to play on Sunday? And I was like, I don't know yet. And he's like, well, I might not be able to give you a kit if you're not coming to play. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, I'm running out. And I was like, you're running out already? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh man, that sucks. I was like, okay, well, I mean, like I said, listen, give me the kit now for today, I'll play today. And I was like, you have my kit from Friday, from the midnight pre-release that I couldn't make it to? He's like, yeah, I already have that set aside to you, so it's already accounted for. And I was like, okay, well, I'll take that one since it's already set aside. And if I'll come on Sunday, and if you need it for someone else to play, they can have it, and you can just reimburse me the money. I can open it on cam for you. No. I already told you no. Not doing it. Not doing it. So, basically, I might be already giving away a pre-release kit to someone else who might want to play tomorrow. Because I would rather someone play. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather them play and enjoy the game, right? Than me just crack it open. I mean, I would love to crack it open on the channel. But, the whole point of the game is to play and have fun, right? Like, that's the purpose of the cards, and we should never lose sight of that. You got the double no and a stern no. That's right. That's right. That's how Canadians do it. We apologize while telling you no sternly. So, I mean, Kevin, for me, I'm still that guy. Like, I'll still get my kit and I'll leave. But I do that when I'm opening it for the channel, right? I don't do it for anything else. I do it because I want to open it for the channel and have content for you guys to see. So I understand what you're saying, and I don't disagree, right? But that being said, I do think that some people will show up and get their kits and leave just because they want the cards, so that they can start experimenting with them at home and stuff. That's right. That's right. Well, listen. I had a cleric token this whole friggin' time. Well, fine then, MrBevers. Just don't bother looking at your cards. Just assume that you don't have the things you need to play your cards. So I had the card in my deck that made these guys, and I was just using like the back of a card because I thought I didn't have any of these. I was incorrect. I was incorrect in that state, in that position, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. Ooh, look at that. Look how fancy that is. Look at that. This is look at how beat up this is. This is my draft box, you can tell. Right? And then this, look how beat up this is. All the corners and stuff are wrecked up. Fat pack kits are great for that, let me tell you. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, sometimes people... It's super strange. Like, I mean... I don't know. It's just kind of weird. But, just a little, just before we end the stream here tonight on this Saturday evening, just a few little, maybe just a little taste for you guys. A little taste. Just a tiny little taste. Just a little taste. Just a little taste. Listen, I'm Unscrewed. You'll have to watch the video this coming Friday. You'll have to watch the video coming out this Friday to know whether they're foil or not. How about that? How about that? You're sick, Becca. That's not great. It's not beat up, it's well loved. That's true. That's true. Rick, you've got a new design coming. Man, I'm ready. I started using your other case, the one that you made for me. I actually have sleeved up a sweet deck. I would show it to you guys. I've been not brewing per se, but I got like this weird sort of idea in my head just like last week. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to build this deck because I want to try it out and see what it is. It's standard legal. It's black-green Reanimator. And I mean, it's not that this isn't a new deck by any means. It's definitely out there. But basically, what I did is I went Panharmonicon, black-green, enter the battlefield triggers with essentially Reanimator stuff. So it runs 4 Chupacabras, 4 Bane Whip Punishers, 4 copies of Kitesail Freebooter. Then it runs 3 copies of the green-black enchantment that brings your dudes back into play. It runs a one-off of the Endless Sun. And then it has a bunch of just other sort of like random things here and there. Some costly plunders for drawing, because sacking your creatures doesn't matter to you. And yeah. It runs 4 of Thrashing Brontodon, because Thrashing Brontodon is just a sick body in that deck, because he's a 3/4 that blows up artifacts and enchantments, which means you can enchant him with the enchantment and then sack him to blow up the enchantment. But because you sack him, the enchantment goes to the graveyard before it gets targeted by his thing. So then the creature dies and the card gets exiled. The creature comes back to play. The card comes back to play flipped, and then the trigger fizzles of blowing up the thing because it doesn't exist. So that's a pretty cool little trick. But yeah. If I had the deck up here, it's in my basement right now, and my basement is 3 floors away, so I'm not going to go run and get it, because you guys will be sitting here listening to nothing for like 2 minutes or so while I run downstairs. I'm not going to bother. I'll show it to you next time. There will be another stream at some point. I do have some mail coming. Some mail coming from Matthew. Matthew N has sent me something. He told me that this is a super, super important one. Will I have any friends after I play the deck? Well, I played it on Friday with my friends at night, and it went over pretty well. People actually thought it was a cool deck. They actually enjoyed it. So it wasn't like, it's not super mean like it could be, but it's mean enough that it was, they enjoyed it. So that was good. Yeah, so there will be another stream at some point. I don't know when exactly, but I'm also expecting to get a trade from Unscrewed at some point as well. We traded some stuff, so I'll open that up on a live stream as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been your host, MrBevers. Don't forget I have a store on nirvanastore.ca for all your single needs, as well as a Patreon where you can help support the channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you can't afford with a monetary value, don't even worry about it. Thanks for just watching. I really appreciate you being here. And as always, may your pulls ever be better. Doop 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 doop. It's like